It's intimidating from the outside. Once you're in it, it's motivating. It really is.
Dude, this is your spot. Like, I feel like you live here.
I do love it. It's awesome. I really love coming here.
So, someone who's only been to the gym ever, how would you explain to them what you do here?
What calisthenics is?
Sure. Yeah.
So I would say it's basically all about moving your body, and it's all about body weight. So it's really about understanding and unlocking things within your body. Honestly, I say that it's one of the most empowering things to do.
I know you've always been super healthy, right? You were like always into yoga, your diet's really like very well balanced, and then you were swimming on top of that. So what drew you to calisthenics, in the wake of other sports?
So I think I started to see a lot of people being able to do really cool and interesting things with their body, like from just a pull-up to a handstand to an elbow lever. A lot of these words I didn't know before I started Cali. It's what I know now. Yeah, but it was what excited me was how they use their body. Because in yoga, it's also about how you use your body and the mind-body connection. And calisthenics was a different variation, a little extreme, but a different variation of that. And that's what excited me.
But you weren't intimidated by it in the beginning?
I was. Because when you first start and you like look up calisthenics, you see these people, and especially you see a lot of guys doing these crazy things. So I was intimidated, but I was also excited because I was at the stage of let's see what the body can do.
And also because you were already doing a bunch of sports, right?
Yeah.
You were doing very high level yoga, you were doing lots of swimming. So do you think that base kind of helped you jump into this?
It did, like for sure, because there was a level of fitness. But there were things like, for example, when I started Cali, I couldn't even do one pull-up.
Oh, sure.
Like the idea of doing a pull-up was just so crazy. I couldn't even like jump up to the bar. And now a year and a half later, I'm like, it's a completely different story. I am doing like 10 plus pull-ups. I'm doing weighted pull-ups.
And 1.5 years is, if you think about it, not that long, right? Like, it almost makes me feel like I could attempt it. But I want to know what progress then looks like in the first couple months. Like, then how are you keeping yourself going when you're starting from nothing,
So first of all, I think everyone can attempt it. And that's, one of the questions that a lot of people ask me is, I want to get to a certain level of fitness before I start calisthenics.
That's me.
That's what you say. That's what a bunch of people say. Or they say that, it's too intimidating.
Yeah.
And I tell them kind of the same thing, what I've said. I was a little intimidated when I started. And it's not about looking at what others do. It's about understanding your body and what your body can do. And our bodies are incredible. Once you kind of put your mind to it, the things that unlock.
So it's good to know like the various like levels of progression. Like I think it makes it more approachable and doable, right? Like it's And like, how do you define this progression, right? So like, did you have like a trainer, like a guru? Like, how did you kind of go about that?
Yeah, so I joined calisthenics with Cali Goa. So in Goa, there's a calisthenics crew. And there are 3 to 4 trainers, coaches who train across Goa. I saw that Aviral, who I train with, he was starting classes in Panji, and that got me really excited. So I reached out to him and I joined the class. And again, I joined it with the first class of, what am I doing? I can't do this, I can't do that. And he was just like, let me see what your body can do and we'll work from there.
Cool. I think I want to take this conversation to the mat. I want to see you in action.
Let's go. Okay. So welcome to my world.
Dude, this space has such good energy.
It's awesome.
And also, like, it did, like the last time I hung out with you guys over here, it made me want to push myself, and like,
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. What is your training like usually? Like how many days do you spend at the gym?
So for calisthenics, it's twice a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I start with a little free pull-ups to warm up my body and then go into weighted.
We'd love to see you in action.
Okay, let's do it.
What is that?
Always need chalk. So chalk is kind of our savior because there's a lot of grip required.
No one who thinks of chalk thinks about it coming out of a damn tube.
Yeah, well, you can use regular chalk, but I find the liquid chalk really works for me. It works for me. And also you do these funny actions when you're using the chalk.
Oh, you're not crazy. You're doing this. There's meaning to this.
Yeah. This is to make it, see, because then you can see it
nice
form. So I start with two things. I open my shoulders with a couple of skin the cats, and then some pull-ups. So I'll just show you that.
Let's go. This is your warm-up. Right.
Just get the body moving.
Okay, dude, what move is your nemesis? Like, what is it that you're working on right now, but you're like, oh.
It's, so handstands, it's not my nemesis, but it's a struggle. Every day is a different struggle.
Okay.
But actually, which is one of the most basic moves, is the dip. And that's my nemesis. It's just really tough for me for some reason.
There's only one way to know what you're talking about.
So my form is not the best in this.
And you think this is tough for you because?
I haven't fully understood it and my engagement is not right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How long have you been practicing your handstand?
For about a year, but it's one of those things where one day it works, one day it doesn't. So I never know. I'm not at the stage yet where I'm able to hold it properly.
It looks like it's the day where it works.
See, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. You're my lucky charm.
It's like the cameras where you're like, today must work.
Yeah.
Cool. And then what is something that took you very long to figure out? Like you thought it would be easy, but then once you got into it, it was a process.
That's a good question. So something I'm working on, it's the back lever.
Okay.
I'm not there yet. So all I can do is hold the tuck. But even that, basically when I'm upside down, I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I don't think your brain is used to it, right?
Yeah. So I'm still learning that. So it's one of those things where I still haven't figured out how to open my legs into the lever. So I'm just
I don't think most people like me wouldn't know what a back lever is. So
okay.
Ma'am, your words must be accompanied by actions for it to make any sense.
Wait, let me go.
What in the world?
So now what I'm supposed to do is straighten the legs out, but I can't do that yet. Yeah, straighten both legs out.
Dude, that's crazy.
So that's what I'm working on and it's a toughie.
Whoa. Can you help me understand what the scene is like in India in general?
Honestly, I think it's a burgeoning community. A lot of people are becoming very involved in it. And what I've seen a lot, and even in our Cali Goa community, it's a lot of women wanting to explore how they can use their bodies in different ways, gaining strength. So it's a very active, very kind community.
Yeah.
That I would just recommend everyone just do a trial, stick with it for a few weeks and see how you feel with your body. And yeah, you can do stuff like this then. which is fun.
So what's the Cali scene like in Goa? Like I want to know what kind of spaces there are. Are they indoor, outdoor? Like to someone who's like watching this for the first time to learn.
Yeah, so there are a few spaces. So this EQ is one of the Cali spaces. We have one in Panji, which is a gym. There's one in Aldona.
Yeah.
There's another community in Margao. So they're very like, but also what we see is a lot of like, especially younger people or younger kids working out at like playgrounds where, because you don't need much equipment, right?
Yeah.
You just need bars, you need things like this. So you're starting to see it happen in just outdoor spaces a lot more.
Does it make that like more accessible?
It makes it a lot more accessible. You don't need to have a gym membership to do Cali. You need to just like have a pull-up bar at home, rings. So people start to do that at home and then are starting to find that, hey, there's a community of people doing it together, and then they come and join.
Very interesting. Dude, I also want to know, what are you doing this for outside of wanting to do cool things with your body?
Honestly, gaining a lot of strength, getting fitter for yoga, for other aspects of my life.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's also just like very much about confronting your ego, because this is a long process, and every day, some days you're struggling, some days you can't stand in a handstand, some days you can. So it's confronting your ego, knowing that it's a journey and you just got to keep at it and just be part of the whole journey with it.
Dude, I also want to know, like a lot of people in India, especially women, don't do any kind of strength training, right? Cali is still like relatively unknown and still undiscovered. But why do you think that is? Why does no one focus on strength training for women? And tell me what your experience has been before and after.
So I think up until about 5 years ago, strength training was spoken just as a generic term. So strength training for a guy versus strength training for a woman was the same thing.
Right.
So women would be getting the same routines that they couldn't do, or they would see guys doing, and it would just be so disconcerting. Now what's happening, and it's happening in India in a very powerful way, you're getting a lot of female coaches. You're getting men also who understand the female body, who are catering to the different parts, both from our menstruation cycle, how our strength changes when we're ovulating, when we're menstruating, etc. Also, the different types of muscles we need. So it's really, it's changing, and it's changing in a powerful way. So I'm actually seeing a lot of women focus on strength training. And before, the idea was strength will make you bulky and fat. Not fat, but bulky. Big. And as women, we know the social constructs, people were against that. But there's a switch of understanding that strength makes you strong, makes you better able to do things in your life, lift things, not rely on other people. And as we grow older, it's just more and more needed for us.
So now that I've spent like this morning with you, I feel like I have a much better idea of what Cali is, and I have a feeling that the sport can be widely misunderstood, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it's misunderstood because when we think Cali, we always think the extreme, the really cool shit that everyone's doing, the athletes are doing. Firstly, I say Cali is for everyone. I've seen people who are very young, like 15, who do it. There are people who are 50 who are doing it. It's for anyone. It's for people who want to build strength, who want to see what their body can do. And rely on their own body. So it's for everyone, and I would say it might be intimidating to start off with, but just try it and the gains will come. You'll see it. So this is also very much for me.
Right.
So honestly, I might be flexible about plans, but with Cali, it's almost a non-negotiable. I'll try not to travel around those times. If I'm traveling, I'll try to find a Cali community in the place I'm traveling. It's very much about something that is very much for me. And then because it keeps me regimented and focused in my overall life, it's really powerful.